In the summer of 1989, I was living in Ottawa at the time, working for a bank, was unhappy with my job, so had been considering the military for an extended period of time. I went to the recruiting center in the summer of 1989, June or July. I trained in Chilliwack for basic officers training. Finished that in Christmas of 1990, so 30 years ago, as a matter of fact, this week. Then transferred to Saint Jean, Quebec for French language training. I was there for 9 months, finished in August of 1991, at which point in time I was transferred to Ottawa while I was waiting the next available air weapons course. So I stayed in Ottawa from August of 1991 until June of 1992, and then was transferred to North Bay in the summer of 1992 to start my air weapons training. I was aware when I first went into the recruiting office and was screened, specifically asked if I was gay or if I had any gay friends, to which I responded, no, I lied. I really wanted the job. I had dreamed of being in the military actually since the age of 3, would play war games with the other kids in my neighborhood. I was, for all intents and purposes, closeted from the military when I joined. When I went to basic training, there was a young man there who we had a mutual friend in common, unbeknownst to me. And he approached me and indicated that he knew that I was a lesbian. And unless I did exactly what he said, he would out me to the military, and I would be removed from the military and have a black mark on my file. So unfortunately, I capitulated and was repeatedly sexually assaulted by him for about 7 years off and on. From the time that I was in basic training until I was transferred from North Bay to Cold Lake, that I had no options. And I felt that if I did go to somebody, then it would become apparent that I had lied on my recruit application, which I had come to believe was grounds to be removed from the military. I felt like I was in a catch-22 and there was nobody that I could turn to. Quite often in the first few years, especially while I was at North Bay, I was accused to my face a couple of times by colleagues, people that I had considered friends at the time, of being lesbian, to which I vehemently denied. That was extremely hurtful. These were people that I had thought were friends and colleagues. And the way that they had tossed out the terms of sexual identity using slang such as dyke, rug muncher, canoe licker, all horrible phrases, was also an indication of the lack of respect or acceptance that I would have been given had I said yes to those people. I went through a 12-hour investigation. At one point in time, I had not even had any friendship with any lesbians. That they were just investigating based off of a rumor and innuendo. I was so deep in the closet that they had to go past Narnia to even find where I was. I did not come out to anybody in the military, as a matter of fact, until I was in my last job, had received the diagnosis of PTSD, and the job that I was in was a 3-year contract to allow the occupation to get somebody else trained up to the level that I was. So in 2010, I came out to my immediate supervisor. That was the first time in the military that I had come out to anybody. So 20 years in the service before I actually voiced the words to anybody in uniform that I was gay. Part of the reason that I was asked to be on the advisory council was that I had experienced the purge from a military point of view, albeit that I was not actually released because of my sexual identity. But also in my current position as a registered psychotherapist, I had a unique insight into the importance that the words properly presented could have in the process of moving forward for the purge survivors. All I wanted to do was do my job. That's all I wanted to do. And the job that I was doing at the time, again, I loved. I got to fly just about on a daily basis. Who doesn't want to do that? Well, which Air Force person doesn't want to do that? The times that my sexual identity ever was an issue was only when I was in Canada. When I was on deployed duty as a NATO peacekeeper for Bosnia or a UN peacekeeper in Africa, it was not an issue. I was seen as another military member that was there to do my job. The respect that I garnered was because of the job that I did. My sexual identity was never, ever a question. When I was getting ready to return back from my peacekeeper role in Africa, I actually considered suicide because it was safer for me to be on a peacekeeper role in a country that was in wartime upheaval than it was for me to be a lesbian in the military back in Canada.